Is the single-player campaign of Marvel's Avengers enjoyable? Let's dive into the details to find out. The single-player campaign in Marvel's Avengers, often referred to as the Reassemble campaign, is a significant part of the game. It follows the story of Ms. Marvel, or Kamala Khan, as she transforms from a nerdy fangirl into a bona fide superhero. Her mission is to unite the Avengers, who have been disbanded and unfairly blamed for a catastrophic event, and to rescue Inhumans kidnapped by the villainous AIM organization. One of the standout aspects of the campaign is its storytelling. The narrative is engaging and enjoyable, with a mix of action-packed sequences and more intimate, character-driven moments. Players get to experience the game through the eyes of different Avengers, each with their own unique missions, cutscenes, and boss battles. For example, you might find yourself running through a building under siege as Tony Stark, piecing together a makeshift Iron Man suit, or exploring an old S.H.I.E.L.D. facility as Kamala Khan. The campaign itself is relatively short, lasting around 10 to 15 hours if you focus solely on the story-focused missions. However, this duration can vary depending on how much you engage with the optional side objectives and character upgrades. While the campaign has its strong points, it also has some drawbacks. The missions can sometimes feel repetitive and formulaic, with players being asked to complete generic objectives like standing on control points or defeating specific enemies. These missions, although not frequent enough to ruin the story's momentum entirely, are undoubtedly the weakest moments of the campaign. Additionally, the gear system during the single-player campaign is somewhat irrelevant, only occasionally popping up to remind you to manage your inventory. Character progression is also limited in the campaign, with most of the interesting skill tree choices coming into play after the credits roll. Despite these issues, the campaign is generally fun and engaging. The combat mechanics, although somewhat one-note with a focus on mashing light and heavy attack buttons, require strategic use of dodging and defensive abilities. The diversity in enemies, particularly the stronger ones that require exploiting their weaknesses, adds a layer of complexity to the fights. In summary, while the single-player campaign of Marvel's Avengers has its flaws, such as repetitive missions and a less-than-ideal gear system, it is still an enjoyable experience. The strong narrative, unique character missions, and engaging combat make it a worthwhile playthrough for fans of the Marvel Universe. So, if you're looking for a fun superhero beat-em-up with a compelling story, the single-player campaign of Marvel's Avengers is definitely worth checking out.